What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about 3 things Skull and Bones must show us the next time we see it, or when it returns from its very, very long hiatus. So I'm going to jump right in. Make sure if you guys like these videos, which it seems like you guys definitely like Skull and Bones videos, you like this video, subscribe, turn the bell on, all that kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments below Skull and Bones videos you want me to make in the future, and I'll absolutely continue covering it. It seems like you guys really enjoy this kind of content, and I definitely enjoy making videos on Skull and Bones. Also, just really quickly, I wanted to ask you guys a quick favor of you. I have a second channel called Podcast Now PS Edition. The link will be in the description below and also a pinned comment. Do me a favor, if you guys are interested in it, click on that link, check out the channel. It would mean the world to me if you guys helped subscribe over there, helped me out over there. It's just me talking about gaming exclusively, just about games, mainly PlayStation, but any game literally that comes out on PlayStation. So I will be covering Skull and Bones over there as well. Again, just a really quick favor for you guys. You guys have truly done such a phenomenal job supporting me in these Skull and Bones videos. I just wanted to ask one more favor of you guys to check out my second channel. And none of these things are insanely new, but they're also maybe not blatantly obvious. But we're going to go over 3 things right now. Number 1, I think the most important thing is honestly what everybody kind of hopes and expects is getting off your ship. So the first thing that they need to show when they come back, the next time we see it, whenever that may be, is the fact that you can leave your ship and that you can do things while walking with your person. Whether it is invading another ship and having combat there, whether it is going off on an island and exploring it, sword combat, all that kind of stuff, whether it's accepting quests on island, whether it's looking for loot, maybe you go into the ocean, maybe you can swim, maybe it's something supernatural, something like that. Something that involves you not being on the ship, which again, not new. It's kind of the reason why the game is gone, right? And we've told the story so many times, people kind of expect that, and it wasn't in the base game, which the longer it goes, and if it never really comes together the way we would want, you got to think, like, could we have just accepted the base product, what they were trying to sell us on from the beginning? But the fact that they are listening to feedback, which is good, the fact that they have gone away and basically redone the game with our criticisms in mind, that is a very, very positive sign, very, very excited for that. And so hopefully that is, priority number 1, and it is the most important thing that they will show us the next time we see it. Number 2 kind of goes along with what I was just saying, but keeping the original vision of Skull and Bones intact. Now, again, people had expectations. People had what they thought this game was going to be, and it wasn't met. Okay, a lot of it wasn't met, I should say, not the entire thing, which is fine. Okay, we as consumers, as people that are buying the product, can expect whatever we want out of it. If we're not, gratified, if we're not given what we want, then we don't buy it, and if we are, then we buy it. We support things with money. So you can look at it both ways, but the base idea of Skull and Bones, taking what worked with Black Flag ship combat and really making it so much more, making it interconnected with like other people, so online, like a For Honor or The Division or Ghost Recon, something like that, using that kind of format, right, that you can kind of create like a clan with different pirates, and they'll have different ships, and you could play with your friends online, stuff like that. Very cool idea, okay? Maybe it won't work all on its own, and in fact, they probably don't think that, because, again, they came out with it, and they said, okay, well, we're going to backtrack, we're going to add more stuff, so maybe they themselves didn't have enough confidence in their original vision. That's fine, but still, there are reasons. Look at even my videos, and there's numerous other people that talk about Skull and Bones. People are excited. People want, in general, people want pirate games. People want a pirate. I would personally want like a Pirates of the Caribbean game, but people want pirates games, sword fighting, naval combat, all that kind of stuff. And using what worked best with Black Flag is a fantastic idea. And that core idea did resonate with a lot of people. It's just that we wanted a little bit more. In fact, we kind of just wanted it again. We wanted Assassin's Creed again, right? Because we expect to get off the ship and fight, not necessarily in the Assassin's Creed format, but that's all we really wanted as well. Okay, so I think that, yes, that is priority number 1, to show, hey, we've listened, but also even for their own morale and for their own interests, right? Because they're the ones making the game. I want them to come out and say, hey, we heard you. We reworked it, so now you can do all of these new things that we weren't going to have, but now you can. But we do want to focus in on what makes this game special and what we like envision it, which is this. And that is what we've already kind of seen, and obviously going into more detail with that. So that is another thing I absolutely expect them to do. I want to sail the seas with my friends. I want to do those kind of quests. I want to upgrade the ship and use all these different, gameplay mechanics when I'm fighting different pirates or whatever, right? I want that. That really did draw me. I probably would have bought it day one in the idea that it was originally pitched on, and how it was originally formatted. I probably would have gotten it day one no matter what. Again, I think people, including myself, we just kind of wanted extra. And the third thing, which kind of goes literally with number 2, but I want a huge emphasis on the supernatural. Now, the very first trailer we got of this game, at the very end, there was the basically teaser of the Kraken. Okay, so they are going a supernatural route in a way that it's kind of like, and remember, when that first came out, I think a lot of people said, like, maybe it would be DLC, maybe it would be like additional content, maybe it would be in the game, but it wouldn't be the sole focus. And I'm not saying that. I don't want them if that's not their plan, that's not their plan. I don't think it is, by the way. But they did tease it with the very first thing. Now, trailers can definitely be reworked. Even a game like Uncharted 4, when it was originally the trailer, when they came back with the second trailer, they destroyed the first trailer. The first trailer was erased from history. They switched villains. They switched plots. They switched everything. Now, there was a change in command in Naughty Dog, change of writers. So the story basically got rewrote. So what I'm saying is trailers can change just because something was kind of promised, and we've seen that. That's a little bit different, like EA, where they have trailers and things are happening, and those things never happen in the game because they just didn't have time to be able to put that in. I'm not saying it's the same thing where they kind of like scam you out of it, but things can change. To be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me if when the game does come out, there is nothing supernatural in it, and that's kind of something that they had to remove for time reasons, maybe because it was something bold and something they wanted to do, right? Like maybe have those supernatural events happen, like maybe have Maelstroms, maybe have the Kraken, maybe have supernatural villains like Blackbeard with his ship, or the Flying Dutch, maybe like have a Pirates of the Caribbean thing with the Flying Dutchman and Davy Jones, and again, not make that the central focus, but like that's like a side quest you could do, or that's some sort of raid event you can be, if it's like a Destiny thing, or even it's like a Division or For Honor or whatever, not necessarily For Honor, but like the Division, you can have those special kind of things. Maybe that could have been one, right? And I think that's probably the way they were going with it, or at least I hope. And again, for the purpose of this number 3, I want to see that. I really want them to commit to it and say, like, yeah, you're playing this game for these reasons, but we also, like, here's some of the stuff you can do in this game. And one of the things is, yeah, we have an emphasis at times in the supernatural. And I think that'd be phenomenal. Again, to be quite honest with you, my gut feeling is kind of scared in that I feel like maybe they could have dropped that off somewhere and being like, well, if people want us to leave the ship and do that stuff, well, we can't possibly do that while having, supernatural events happening in this game, or supernatural ships, supernatural villains. We just can't do both, so we have to drop one of them, and it's clear which one we can't drop because people will riot, right? So I think, honestly, that is a very high possibility, but I would love to see them again. So you come out, again, for the 3 things. You come out, you say, here's the things that you wanted that we're adding. So we've satisfied your wants. But now here's the second thing. We want to still talk about, we want to focus in on what made Skull and Bones special and why we wanted to create it in the first place. And also, here's all the stuff you can do in the game. And remember, we kind of teased the supernatural stuff. Well, let's talk a little bit about that because we've never talked about it before. And this is where Skull and Bones is out again, right? It's back in the public eye. So let's talk about some new things, and the supernatural elements is one of them. I think that's a pretty solid 3 things that obviously you can keep going from it, and there's like, subdivisions underneath each. But I think those are pretty solid things that would explain what Skull and Bones is now today. It would appeal to fans. It would please fans. It would say, hey, we've listened to what you have said to us before, but here's some different things too that maybe you didn't even know about. At the end of the day, for all of you guys watching and for the community in general, I think we just want it. It's really fun to be able to represent you guys and to just talk about a game that's in a little bit of a worrying position that people have kind of either given up on or dropped altogether, or maybe people think it's canceled, or maybe it is. I mean, you never know. know. You honestly never know. I hope this game still exists. I hope this game does make it out to the public again. And I hope when it does, it's stronger than ever and it shows us, at least one of the three things I said on this list, I hope appears when they talk about Skull and Bones. And I hope they do it rather soon. I feel like E3 could 100% be that time. At the same time, if it's not there, to be quite honest, it wouldn't surprise me. That would definitely mean the game's been delayed again. But I do believe this game is coming out. I do believe this game still exists. I do believe this game is still coming out. Guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this topic? Let me know some of the things that you want Skull and Bones to show you when it comes back out to the public eye. Also, again, let me know what other Skull and Bones videos you want me to make in the future. Make sure you guys are subscribed, have that bell icon rung, leave a like, all that kind of stuff. Thank you, as always, for watching. You guys truly, truly rock. More Skull and Bones videos coming out every, 2-ish weeks. I try and have one come out, so make sure you're looking out for that. I hope to see you guys on the next one.